This meeting of the Mahwah Board of Education is open to members of the public to be physically present. Members of the public that attend will be asked to follow the same procedures as all other visitors to our schools. Those procedures can be found on the agenda page of our website. Additionally, the board meeting will be live streamed for viewing purposes only. Anyone wishing to view the meeting may do so via Zoom. The webinar ID for this meeting is 883-7923-4330, and the required password is 539416. All right, I call this meeting to order. Roll call, please, Mr. Lamb.
Mr. Kizmarski.
Here.
Ms. Jansen.
Here.
Mr. Copland.
Here.
Ms. Davignero.
Here.
Mr. De Silva.
Here.
Mr. Denise.
Here.
Mr. Gallo.
Here.
Mr. Hughes.
Here.
Dr. Morton.
Here. Adequate notice of agenda of this meeting has been provided to the Ridgewood News and the Record, stating that the Mahwah Board of Education will meet on November 13th, 2024 in the administrative offices, 60 Ridge Road, Mahwah, New Jersey. Copy was filed with the Township Clerk. Salute to the flag. Mr. Gallo, would you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we are going to move up item 10, our student representative report, because we do have quite a lengthy executive session in the beginning this evening. So if you'd like the floor, our student representative, then you don't have to wait for us to return. Okay?
Thank you. So all of our sports are officially over. Everybody had a fun and good season. Boys ended with a record of 13-7. Boys football had a record of 3-5. Girls soccer had a record of 13-7-1, and girls volleyball was 6-17. The fall play Get Smart, run by Mr. Nang and the Drama Club, will be previewed for the senior citizens on Wednesday, November 20th at 4 p.m. Thursday, November 21st at 7:30. Friday, the 22nd at 7:30, and Saturday, the 23rd at 2 and 7:30. Playbill was designed by the Design Collective. You can buy your tickets at tbird.tik.com, also on their website. And then the SGA installation ceremony will be on Wednesday, November 27th, to induct all SGA members. And last week, students in Ms. Fogarty's AP Government and Politics class helped run the polls on Election Day. We just finished the first academic marking period and started the second one on Monday. Habitat for Humanity goes to the elementary school and helps students with their homework every Tuesday for a homework club. And also Habitat volunteered with Mahwah Rec Youth Volleyball and Access for All to help run a volleyball night. And finally, students from band choir participated in a commemoration on Veterans Day.
Great.
You.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. All right, now I need a motion to recess to executive session. Mr. De Silva, second by Mr. Copland. And we will be back shortly, about 20 minutes or so.
Let's not putting ourselves in a corner.
I'm totally bringing it to
Next to Brett.
My notes? Top four orders. What? My notes.
Notes.
Policy.
Oh, I
Did you get them?
I saw the email.
See the hyperlink in there? We're getting things?
I still can't get over the
Dr. B help you with that?
No. We.
But I'll make it work.
The board secretary, we got the template for that too. Just as like a frame of reference.
Yeah.
your position in the group. If you're here as an individual, please give us your name and address. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. All right, I need a motion to open the meeting to the public. Mr. Gallo, second by Mr. Kaczmarski. We are open to the public.
Come on, Linda.
Seeing no one coming forth, motion to close the meeting to the public. Mr. Kaczmarski, second by Mr. Hughes. Thank you. All right, we have had our Mahwah student representative report on earlier. So Dr. DeToro, the floor is yours, our superintendent's report this evening.
I'm worried because I don't want Mr. De Silva to miss any of the great things I'm about to say. Let's start off with, yet again, a reminder about the strategic plan. I know there was a little bit of snafu last week with the date. It has been corrected, and I apologize for the mistake. It is definitely Monday, December 16th. It'll take place at Joyce Kilmer School from 6 to 7. We will be sending out reminders with the correct date to the community in the coming days. This is something that we spoke about at the elementary level. Just as a reminder, thank you to Mr. Gallo for connecting us to Violet and MEVO, which is Mahwah Environmental Volunteer Organization, who has a farm up on Camp Gaul. And they're a great group of individuals that do wonderful work with our community and even outside of our community. So our elementary students had the opportunity to go there on a field trip. Our third graders from across all the different schools. The great part about it was a cross-school field trip that multiple schools went together, which is a nice opportunity for them to socialize and learn together. Another opportunity, and I'm sorry I didn't start this way, Violet partnered with us to get a $100,000 grant. And part of the grant was education for our elementary students, and the second part of our grant, which is a multiple year grant, was for them to partner with the high school and give 8 students an internship experience over the summer. And that internship experience will allow the students to not just maintain the school gardens, but to learn the farming system inside and out. Obviously the agricultural side, but also the business side of farming. So we're very excited. Mr. Pascal and his team already have their feelers out to the students to see if there's interest, and it's our hope that next year in the fall we'll be welcoming Violet and her team to the celebration of all the organizations that support our internship and externship program. So I'll have more information to come back to all of you and hopefully tell you that we filled all of the spots and we have a waiting list for our internships and externships.
So a quick question, is there, maybe a possibility of a partnership to revitalize the dome behind the high school?
That's a great question. Right now, at this point, we're doing the elementary gardens and connecting to the curriculum, but we did talk to her about the greenhouse. So it's our hope that phase 2, which is next year, they'll start working on the greenhouse that's at the high school. So, but yes, that was definitely a talking point when we spoke to her about the opportunity that it creates for our students, and also where the current status of it is.
Even in the meantime, if they're, they can use extra growing space. So look, here's the space, use it for what you do.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
And get it going.
And they've connected with Pontonian as well, so that the gardens will provide fruit to Pontonian, so.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're still in the beginning stages of it, but those ideas are definitely things that we will bring to them. Violet's open to any and all ideas. The challenge that she has is the staff, the lack of, she doesn't have a huge staff, and then they have obligations there. But everything that we say, she's like, well, let me see what I can do, and she always comes back with ideas. So we'll definitely pose those ideas to her. Our next slide. As we all know, there was a very important day on Monday, which is this is the musical. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a very important day on Monday, which was Veterans Day. It was celebrated, more importantly, honored by a number of the different schools. I'm happy to report that our high school Marching band and choir performed at the Township Veterans Day celebration. So I just want to thank both of those organizations. They are constantly doing everything they can to get their skills and just their ability out into the community and even beyond. So we are very blessed to see or experience and enjoy the performers that we have in Mahwah. So thank you very much for all of them to take part in such an important event.
Betsy Ross did a great job too.
Betsy Ross does a really nice job for Flag Day as well. That they, if anyone has not, I know that we sent you guys the events. If you have not taken part in Betsy Ross Flag Day, it's a really beautiful ceremony that they invite veterans and the students do different performances. And probably the coolest part is when the students go up and they salute the veterans and shake their hands. I mean, they've had veterans back from World War II, and it's a really special day. Okay, as we continue with our performers, our county chorus results. 8 Mahwah High School students auditioned for county chorus, and 6 were accepted. There are seniors Michael Bergbauer, Colin Mossman, sophomores Daniel Fernandez, Suri Lee, and Avani Singh, and freshman Alina Gainalina. Special recognition goes to Colin Mossman, who placed second among the low bass in the county. 5 Mahwah High School singers in Mrs. Morningwick's class group organization also traveled to Atlantic City for 3 days of an all-state chorus rehearsal, culminating in a concert at Boardwalk Hall. So congratulations to all of our singers.
And they repeat that concert, I think, this Sunday at NJ Pat.
Yes.
That is correct. I like this, like a team thing. I like this. This is nice. Last but not least, I don't want to go into too much detail because our student representative did such a wonderful job, is yet again, our performing arts is absolutely stellar here in Mahwah. I urge all of you, if you can, to attend one, if not all, of the performances at Mahwah High School Get Smart, which will be taking place November 21st to the 23rd. And that is all. Oh, my last thing, it's a write-in. It's a write-in. We don't have a picture for it. We should have. We did take pictures.
But it's on the Mahwah High School Instagram.
It is on Instagram, so a little plug for our social media accounts. Dr. Fair and I were fortunate enough to be invited over to DECA preparation. So on January 14th, our DECA club will be competing at Ramapo College. Now, as a DECA novice or civilian, if you will, I learned so much about what this experience really entails and the challenge that it poses to our students. And Ms. Torino and Ms. Ferguson do a wonderful job preparing the students. I was just told we have over 90 students in the DECA club. We worked with all 90 students, that they came in, they did their pitch for us, and it was so great to hear what they were able to do. So if anyone doesn't know about DECA, they're given a challenge, they have 10 minutes to prepare, and then they have to pitch it
On the fly.
on the fly to whoever is there to evaluate them, which God bless them, they do such a wonderful job. And it was great to see our kids be able to tackle this challenge and present with such poise. But more importantly, Ms. Ferguson and Ms. Torino asked us to give them really honest feedback, which we did. And they were very receptive and appreciative of the feedback that we gave. So I'm really excited about how they're gonna do on January 14th. Needless to say, of the results, what a wonderful experience and skill for them to be able to have, not only here at the high school, but to take with them after they leave us. So best of luck to our DECA team, and thank you so much to Ms. Torino and Ms. Ferguson for all they do to prepare over 90 students for that competition.
All right, thank you, Dr. DeToro. Let's see, do we have a business administrator report this evening, Mr. Lamb?
Just, I've been in communication with Mr. Gallo, our Finance and Facilities Chair, about meetings with our engineer, Land Associates, and our auditor, Ms. Avaccia, to go over our facilities report, our financial audit, and budget for next year. So we'll have those dates finalized within the next couple of days.
Great, thank you very much. Dr. Fair, your report this evening with pictures, and I'm assuming, or
course.
videos?
Yes, here we are. So we have some great sports highlights from Mahwah High School. Our girls soccer team were county and state tournaments quarterfinalists. Our boys soccer team earned state tournament quarterfinalists and the sportsmanship award recipient for the Patriot Division. And our girls tennis team participated and in the state tournament and were semifinalists. Also, congratulations to Preston Duffy, who was selected as the Super Football Conference Young Man of the Year team recipient, and Coach Schmidt, who was honored in the Patriot Division as Girls Tennis Coach of the Year. So congratulations to both of our Thunderbirds there. Joyce Kilmer, you'll see 17 smiling faces on the screen. Last week, each class at JK identified based on teacher recommendation students of the month based on the school's 3 R's, which are respect self, respect others, and respect environment. So congratulations to the 17 students honored this month. Is everyone here familiar with Grateful Gary at GW? No? Okay, all right. Well, you'll hear more about Grateful Gary. I know, I wish I could show the video. Grateful Gary is a turkey character who visits GW periodically and encourages students and staff to express their appreciation. Grateful Gary has been encouraging students to express being thankful through turkeygrams over the last week. Turkeygrams are special messages written to peers and staff explaining why they are grateful for them. Turkeygram messages are read throughout school days by Grateful Gary himself over the school loudspeaker and shared by Mr. Hagopian during his morning meetings. And to start off the month, Grateful Gary himself wrote his first turkeygram to the students of GW. I'm not going to use the Grateful Gary voice, but I can't even replicate it. You'll see it on the GW Instagram page soon enough. Dear GW students, I am thankful for you because you make our school a special place by being kind, working hard, and helping each other. I feel extra grateful to be a part of your school family. So welcome, Grateful Gary, to the district. Leonard P. Meadows, the Spirit Squad is back. But the Spirit Squad was actually once the Kindness Crew, so I'll give you a little history lesson here. So 3 years ago, the Kindness Car made its appearance with the Kindness Crew. The Kindness Crew has transformed into what Leonard P. Meadows refers to now as the Spirit Squad. So the Spirit Squad is made up of 3rd graders, where every 3rd grade class rotates for their opportunity to be the Spirit Squad as the oldest students in the building every month. So just last week, the Spirit Squad welcomed staff and students as they entered the building on Spirit Day. The Spirit Squad visited classrooms with their kindness cart throughout the building to give out treats and trinkets to staff and students. The Spirit Squad welcomed all staff and students to the monthly Spirit Assembly, and the Spirit Squad handed out all kindness awards at their school-wide Spirit Assembly. So as you can see, the kids are really excited, and it's something really special in building the climate and the culture over in a great school building. Mahwah High School, the college application process has begun with early action and early decision dates upon us. We wanted to give a huge thank you and shout out to our guidance counselor team at the high school, where they just celebrated the accomplishment of having 142 of our current seniors who have submitted a total of 1,611 applications by the November 1st deadline. This is approximately 70% of our senior class. So best of luck to our seniors during this application cycle. And as we hear good news, we'll find time to share with our board along the way of what those highlights are. students are applying for 15 schools.
You got the Common App.
28?
So we're going to theater arts.
They accept,
Right.
they accept applications.
Riley's going to 10 or 11.
They want to have,
Are they all Common App or not? Or specific?
Most are common.
Oh, good.
Yeah, most are common. The girl who did 28, I don't think we're all common. Most are common. She's
So
going,
now
she's
we
going
got
to theater arts.
just to do the application.
She's going to
Most
theater
schools.
arts, and most schools only accept like 4 or 5 kids into that program, so she's just trying to catch her breath.
Wait till you get to graduate school.
And lastly, this upcoming Monday evening, we have our first T-Bird Talk Roundtable of the school year. The T-Bird Talk series was originally created as a result of our team looking to find new opportunities to provide information to our community about district happenings and to hear from our stakeholders, particularly from our strategic plans community connections frame. So we've sent several email communications out to our families so that all will be able to provide their perspective and to share information about their experience in district. Please just complete the RSVP so that we are aware of how to set up for Monday evening.
We figured out, I know, last time.
I don't know.
Trista?
That's
dying at the end of the table? Have we- No, Rick, the answer is no. We have not.
Yes, but we have a few days to figure it out.
And that's my report this evening.
Thank you.
Stabanero, are you okay?
She can keep some.
Okay, just making sure.
He's very excited.
All right, my report this evening. Thank you, Dr. Fair, excellent. I'm gonna just really I'm gonna find things to talk about, because now it seems like there's very little,
So much
and I'm to
competition.
come with like media stuff. I'm stepping up my game. We're gonna have to do this. All right, although the vote count, Mr. Lamb tells me, remains unofficial.
Why do we have to do that?
Because mail-in ballots continue to be counted, but we can congratulate our 3 incumbent board members who will be returning, since it was an uncontested year, in January. So congratulations
There's
to
some subtlety to the results.
Trista. I'm just going by alphabetical order.
Oh.
Trista Daviniero, Michael Gallo, and Ben Kazmarsky. So congratulations on your 3-year terms that will resume in January. And thank you for coming back to serve on our board. Do appreciate it. I also offer congratulations to Jim Wysocki, who was reelected as mayor, and Georgia Urban, Michelle Paz, and Dave May, who are returning council members. So again, yes, I think. And I also just wanted to say Happy Veterans Day and thank you to all those who have served our country, continue to serve our country, and we definitely appreciate it. And I know that Mike was telling me the things that happen on Veterans Day. It's nice that our kids, Mr. Hughes, have that civic sense, right?
Absolutely.
So it's good. It's good to see that we participate in those activities in town. All right, board committee reports. Do we have any this evening? Miss Daviniero.
Now
You
that
need
I'm
water? You okay?
Now that I'm not choking on
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay.
For the T-Bird talk on Monday, I know that we kind of took turns last year, who was able to go, who was not able to go. To avoid having a quorum there, I'd like those who have not been able to attend yet to be able to attend. I would like to be there, but if there are other members of the board who did not get to go last year and be able to experience it, please reach out and let me know so that you can have first dibs, so to speak. And then if we have spots left over, then it's open to anyone else who wants to go. And just to differentiate between the two, so I know that we have the strategic plan roundtables coming up also. Those are very specific, right? So we want the entire community to come. It's a public action meeting, and we want to be able to discuss building the next strategic plan. So it's very specific topics that will be spoken about. Whereas for T-Bird Talks, it's just as we continue to be transparent and open our doors and invite the community in, it's just the opportunity to come in as community members, as parents, as business owners, you do not have to have students in the district to be able to come. We actually prefer people, those are people that we don't get to speak to at meetings like this or at strategic planning, et cetera. So we would like members of the community to just join us and have the opportunity to have one-on-one time with the central office team, with the board members who are there, without, all 13 of us staring at you at a board meeting. And I think it's really nice. If you weren't able to attend last year, it's just very casual. It's very laid back. It's very, you can come and talk about anything that's on your mind. I think at the beginning of the school year, it's kind of nice as we're all kind of hitting our groove now, to be able to come and have that audience. So please reach out and let me know if you definitely want to come, especially if you were not able to go last year. And then from there, I can kind of send out how many other spots are left for board members, and we will fill the list from there. And also, please just spread the word. There's a lot of information that comes out from the district, especially this time of year. I've had a lot of people approach me about strategic planning. They definitely want to be there in December. We just want to make sure that we're taking the opportunity to utilize all of the open roundtables that we have and invite the community members in next week as well.
Thank you very much. Make sure and be in touch. And I'm not sure, do you have an idea of who hadn't gone? Okay, so maybe you could speak to them as well. All right, any other board committee reports? Mr. Kizmarski.
The Board of Ed leads on to the Town Council.
Oh, thank you very much.
Along with the Township Administrator.
Mhm.
I'm happy to report that the Town Council, where are we, last week's meeting? I don't even know where we are on the calendar anymore. Passed a resolution with regard to the shared service for school security, finally, retroactive to September 1st. So I'm sure Mr. Lamb and I, in our official capacities, will be discussing payments and whatnot. So happy to report that after a while. It took a while to go through the council process as well as the attorney process. So here we go. That's all.
Thank you very much. And that's a very positive report, so thank you very much. Mr. Gallo, Mr. Denise? Okay, all right. Board member remarks. Mr. Kizmarski?
I'll go first. I'd like to thank the voters of Mahwah. Obviously, there were no other choices but the three of us, which again, is great to run that way. But as we've seen in the past, democracy's best when more people participate and more voices are heard. But the fact that they weren't this year is okay by me as well. With that being said, I would like to congratulate Mike Gallo. And Trista Daviero for their successful runs as well. And I'm glad we're back together. We'll be back together for another 3 years. Even if I was the low vote getter.
Is that confirmed? That's not confirmed?
It's confirmed. Unless I can find a whole bunch of ballots to send down to the county, which you can't do. It's an election. But no, honestly, it's great to be back for another 3 years. I'm excited. There's still a lot of work to do. And I'm happy to be back here with Trista and Mike and all of you. So looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kizmarski. Mr. De Silva?
I just want to echo those sentiments. In town, we had 9 people step up to be on the ballot between, our Board of Ed, our mayor and council. Congratulations to all 9 for, running some, pretty good campaigns and just for throwing their names out there, being part of the process. I'm glad to see that, that Mike and Trista and Ben are back, obviously. And just so you know, Dr. Morthy and I did consider not being here so that you had to read the results. We did think about doing that.
But that's at the next meeting when we get the official vote count. We'll let you, we'll give you those honors.
Dr. Morthy and I might have a thing that night. So, congratulations to the 3 of you guys, and thank you for putting it back out and being a part of the process and doing what we're all here for. So, thanks.
Thank you. Good. All right. Let's move on to. I'm sorry. Did someone else want to say something? Mr. Gallo.
I just want to thank the community for supporting the 3 of us again this year. I think that it is, I mean, thousands of people voted for us, even though they didn't really have to, which was quite nice of them. But it's also a sign, I think, that there's real trust in the community and support in the community for our school district. It's well-deserved, and as Ben pointed out, there's still work to do, and I think that's the reason why the three of us continue to want to serve. So I'm very appreciative of all the support the community gave us and all the support the community gives to the school district. And I look forward to another 3 years of figuring out who really won the election. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gallagher.
Oh, and a shout out to Prima for her poll working activity.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Why
I
you
didn't
didn't-
realize that got,
Why did you don't like for so long?
I didn't realize that got shout out, but thank you very much. I do
I will
appreciate
tell a
it.
quick story.
And Mr. Kizmarsky witnessed my poll work.
I showed up, I was there at 6:15 in the morning.
And guess who was there? On time.
Well, you were there at 5:45.
I was there at 5.
Anyway, so I walked in the door after standing in line for 45 minutes already at 6:15 in the morning. Normally I'm in and out in 3 minutes, 2 minutes. And I reached the door and then I see Prima sitting there next to an iPad. And I was like, oh, this is what's wrong. And it only got worse from there because District 3 didn't end up finishing up till I think 11 o'clock that night. But what I will say, and I said this at the council meeting, I was very proud to see people standing in line. I don't like to see them standing in line. You want them to be 3 minutes in and out. But people got in the line at 7:59. They cut off the line, and those people stayed there forever. They were not getting off that line when their vote was counted. It was great. And I think other districts where Prima wasn't working also experienced some longer time.
But
Wait,
Prima,
somehow it comes back to me with the longer times. I had nothing to do with the longer times. But our location was consistently 2 hours plus.
It started from the beginning of the.
People were in line, I think, at 5:30.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Turnout was like 68%.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was very high.
It was less than the last election, even though the last election obviously was vote by mail.
Right.
But again, it was, even 68% should be no lines. There's no lines, ever. Now there are.
With the new voting process.
Well, they need more machines. They need a lot more machines. They need, I mean, I could do a whole hour.
And just to cover Prima.
Thank you, Mr. Gallagher.
I heard from her super board worker that she was a sterling poll worker.
Oh, thank you. Bryson, it was Bryson McClure, yes, was my super
Who
poll
was
worker.
also the super of super poll worker.
Oh, is he?
Oh,
He's the super of
He
super?
is his brother.
He and Vinay actually graduated the same year, yes.
It was, look, it was well,
Anyway.
it was well run, it was just long.
And, okay.
It's off the road. Can we also give a shout out to all the high school students that were there?
Yeah.
Yes, in fact, Brett, more
That was
importantly,
awesome
That was
to see.
awesome.
We were in company 4. There was a bunch of high school
Yes.
kids there. It was great to see.
Yeah.
And they were
We
really
would've had-
engaged.
We, just for the record, we would have had pictures, we weren't allowed to take
No.
That's
pictures at
fine.
polling.
They were there. They were
Right.
super engaged the whole, for the hour and a half I waited. They were there, and they were very, very engaged. It was awesome to see.
It was very cool.
I worked with 4 Ramsey students over in Ramsey. The Ramsey students did an okay job.
okay, that should not be on the record. Let's move on. All right, so let's take 17A, the minutes from October 30th, 2024. All right, I need a motion on the floor. Mr. Hughes, second by Ms. Ting Jansen. Mr. Lamb, can we have a roll call, please?
Sure. Mr. Kizmarsky,
Abstain.
Ms. Jansen,
Yes.
Mr. Copland,
Yes.
Ms. Saviniero,
Yes.
Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
Mr. Denise.
Yes.
Mr. Gallo.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Dr. Moore.
Yes. Let's take 18, new business, A to Q. Do you have a motion on the floor? Mr. Kizmarsky, second by Mr. Copland. Mr. Lamb, roll call, please.
Mr. Kizmarsky.
Yes.
Ms. Jansen.
Yes.
Mr. Copland.
Yes.
Ms. Saviniero.
Yes.
Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
Mr. Denise.
Yes.
Mr. Gallo.
Yes, except on 18A, I'll be abstaining from check 117729.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Dr. Moore.
Yes. All right, let's take new business now. Personnel 19, we have A to P. Mr. Kazmarsky, second by Mr. De Silva. Mr. Lamb, roll call, please.
Mr. Kizmarsky.
Yes.
Ms. Jansen?
Yes.
Mr. Copeland?
Yes, and thank you notes to all the parent volunteers.
Ms. Fabanero?
As a
Yes.
Mr. De Silva?
I want to call out 19F, that we're adding an assistant coach to the wrestling team as a alumni of the Mahwah wrestling program. I'm glad to see that that program is growing, including, I believe, we have 14 girls came out
Well done.
this year. Yeah, so we had, you guys remember a couple weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, we had a few of the ladies on the wrestling team come to speak with us. And they've done a really good job recruiting and growing their ranks. And I'm thrilled to see it. I'm glad to see that we're able to support them with another assistant coach. That's fantastic. So resounding yes.
Thank you. Mr. Denise?
Yes.
Mr. Gallo?
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes.
Dr. Moore?
Yes. All right, public questions or comment, public participation at board meetings is in accordance with bylaw 0167. At this time, members of the public may ask questions or make a comment on educational issues or school matters of community interest. As a matter of fairness, we are asked to limit your questions to no more than one and your remarks to no longer than 3 minutes. If you are here representing a group, please identify yourself, the group, and your position in the group. If you're here as an individual, please give us your name and address. All right, I need a motion to open the meeting to the public. Mr. De Silva, second by Mr. Hughes. All right, we are officially open to the public. Seeing no one coming forth at this time, a motion to close the meeting to the public. Mr. Copeland, second by Ms. Ting Jansen. All right, we do not require an executive session at the end, so I need a motion to adjourn. Mr. Gallo and second by Mr. Denise, we are officially adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.